Estate Show with local expert Jamie Meloni. Now, here's Jamie.
Hi again, everybody, and thanks for staying tuned in to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show here on 1250 Wins WHNZ. If you're finding my show on the air for the first time, I invite you to tune in here every Mondays at noon as my show aims to become your information source for the Tampa Bay real estate market. You can find me off air at my website, tampabayradio.com, and to all the potential home sellers out there in the marketplace, I offer a free home valuation. Just text the word value to my cell phone, 813-760-8516. Again, text the word value to 813-760-8516, and I'll shoot you over a free home valuation, and you may be surprised as what your home's worth, especially if you bought back in 2012. That was the bottom of our marketplace, and values have come up, especially on the newer homes up in New Tampa, southeastern Hillsborough County. We've seen value increases of anywhere between 15 and 25%, due in large part to a huge institutional buying demand. So please reach out to me, text the word value, 813-760-8516. Going ahead and bring on our second guest for the program, David Etheredge, who is the CEO and founder of SavvyCard. David brings more than 18 years of product development and business development experience with companies such as Disney Interactive, Hasbro Interactive, and Microprose Software to his role as CEO at SavvyCard. In addition to his role as CEO and primary evangelist for SavvyCard, David is heavily involved in research and development for new products and tools in building strategic relationships with key third-party technology and service providers. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jamie. Really appreciate you having me on.
Thank you very much. So first of all, for the listeners who probably haven't heard of SavvyCard a lot, tell us a little bit about what this product is.
Yeah, SavvyCard is kind of a combination of a digital business card and a mobile website. So it's a web application, which means that you can access it through the browser just like you would any website. But it's able to deliver all the functionality that you might get from one of those applications that you download for your iPhone, like Zillow or Trulia. Now,
the app, or I keep calling it an app, but it's really not an app, correct? It's a website, correct?
Well, so if you have a website that has application functionality, you call it a web application. So it's kind of a hybrid of a website and a downloadable application on a smartphone.
Okay, and it's designed primarily for the mobile use, correct?
Yeah, it's designed primarily for mobile users in the real estate space. For example, there's a statistic that says about 80% of all home purchases, start on a customer's smartphone or tablet, and so it's primarily focused on mobile users. But because it's a web application, it can be accessed from any device with a web browser. So that would include computers, laptops, and even a Kindle.
And we've got it up on the Streamcast here. So if you're listening in your office and you have access to the internet and you want to check this out, head over to tampabayradio.com and click on the show info tab, and you can catch the live stream and you can see a picture of what we're talking about. But it's a very engaging and interactive application designed to keep people engaged, with your website. The problem, that you talked about is that so many realtors' websites and other people's and other, businesses' websites is information overload. There's just too much stuff, and people go to the site, and when they're on their mobile device, and they go away. This is designed to keep people on the site, correct?
Yeah, the issue is that websites were designed for a different type of user, for people that had 10 to 15 minutes to go to your website and read about your company and maybe watch a video and spend some time browsing your site. But the mobile consumer is a different animal. They're interested in making a decision in like 10 to 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. And so if you ask them to go to a traditional website, even if it's been optimized so it looks good on a smartphone, they're still interacting with content that's really designed for a much longer experience. And the mobile user wants to be able to find what they're looking for and act right then and right there. And SavvyCard's designed to kind of drive that action.
Yeah, and for the people that are listening that I'm trying to set a visual for them. Basically, it looks like a business card on your cellular device, and there's a few buttons, about 8 different buttons with a picture of the person in the background, and one of the buttons will say call or text, and you're really kind of rolling this out to real estate professionals with the listings application as well. You can click a button that says listings, and it takes you to all the listings for that real estate professional, and also in the general marketplace, correct?
Yeah, so imagine you could hand your business card to someone, and they could pull it up on their smartphone, and instead of just contacting you, they could actually search for your products and services, They could get SavvyCards for your products and services in the real estate space. They can pull down a SavvyCard for any home that you list, and they can basically take any action that you would like to provide to them so that they can get closer to a purchase. So on Realtors SavvyCards, they have a listings button or a find home button that allows the buyer to search for any property in the marketplace. And when they find a property, they can quickly and easily reach out and contact the realtor. But they can also get other information on the property. They can get information on local schools with ratings on those schools. They can get photos of the property or videos of the property. It's a really, really powerful experience, and it takes the traditional business card experience and moves it onto a mobile device and then transitions it into being a powerful tool for the consumer to get the information that they need to make a decision.
So how do you hand the SavvyCard to your client or prospect?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different ways that people can get the SavvyCard. The first one is that there's a share button on every SavvyCard that allows you to share it by text or email or by social media. And so in a typical networking environment where you meet somebody and like to share your information, you just open your SavvyCard, hit the share button, and then ask them if they want to receive it by text or by email. And what's really exciting about the share functionality is once you share your SavvyCard to a bunch of your existing customers, they can share it to other people. So what we're finding is that it can take the place of a business card in terms of sharing to a potential client, but you're not going to give your clients like dozens of your business cards to hand out to other people. And so SavvyCard's really powerful in that regard because everybody you do business with has a really quick and easy way to share your contact information and pass a referral onto a potential new customer. When they do that, you get notified in real time that referral has taken place. And it allows you as a realtor to follow up, immediately on that potential lead instead of waiting until that person calls you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, take us back. How long has the company been in operation, and what was the motivation that you saw to roll out this product?
Yeah, so we started the company in 2011, but we've been in the real estate space in just the last year and 2 or 3 months, since the last quarter of 2013. And when we started the company, I was reading a report from Gartner Group where they said that by the end of 2014, 70% of all web access would be on mobile devices. And my wife and I, who is one of the co-founders in the company, my wife and I had a digital agency, so we did marketing and websites for companies. And we knew that none of our clients were prepared for kind of a business reality where 70% of their customers were on their smartphones looking for business through the web. And so we started thinking about, well, how could we create a product that would make it easy and cost-effective for businesses to reach out to their customers through their smartphones, and that was where the idea for SavvyCard was born.
Yeah, and it's a very cost-effective tool. I mean, this is not an expensive product for a real estate professional or anybody to have, correct?
No, not at all. So typical real estate agent's going to pay a couple $100s to set the SavvyCard up, and then they're going to pay $20 to $30 a month for the program. And we have a realtor in Snell Island, a lady named Bonnie Strickland, who recently sold a $2 million house, which she attributed to her SavvyCard. The property had just been listed a couple of days previous, and the buyer hadn't seen it on Zillow or Trulia because it hadn't appeared there yet. And she showed it on her SavvyCard, and he went and looked at it and put in an offer that day. And so if you take her commission on that one sale, it pays for her SavvyCard for 500 years.
Yeah, and
so you're saying that it was the convenience of the SavvyCard. She was face-to-face with him, and she could easily go onto her phone and show that to him. So
yeah,
the convenience of the product.
Exactly. And one of the things when we talk about it being kind of a replacement for a business card, you can create SavvyCards for anything. And so our program automatically creates SavvyCards for the homes that realtors list. And so those home SavvyCards are then linked to the realtor's card so that whenever they want to show somebody one of their listings, they can just pull up a mobile web application for each of those homes. And that's what she did. She was standing in front of a house with a buyer, and the buyer said, do you have any other houses in this area that are in a similar price range? And she pulled up one of these houses from her SavvyCard. It took her a couple of seconds to do, and she got an offer.
And you're saying it's connected to the MLS, or it was connected to her preliminary logging her own listings?
It's both. So our system includes a search that allows you to search the entire MLS and the market that you're in. But
so
then,
up-to-date information.
correct. Yeah. And one of the things that a lot of people don't know about Zillow and some of these other applications is they're not pulling information directly from the MLS. They're getting it from public record. So there are stories of properties that are on Zillow that sold 8 months prior. So they just don't have the most up-to-date information in all cases. So SavvyCard, we do a deal with the local association and the MLS, and our data is no older than an hour old.
Yeah, and you've already signed agreements with the Pinellas Realtor Organization, correct?
Yes.
As well as Miami, right?
Yeah, Miami Association of Realtors, which is the largest local real estate association in the United States. They've got 32,000 realtors. Pinellas Realty Organization in Pinellas County here in the Tampa Bay area. They've got 7,000 members. And we just signed a contract with Fort Myers last week. They've got 5,500 members.
And how does it work? They're going to basically provide this to all their members at a discounted cost to the users?
Yeah, they deploy, we automatically deploy SavvyCards for all of their members as a part of the deal. And the SavvyCards for their members includes the listing search at no additional cost. And then we have an upgraded product called SavvyCard Professional for realtors that we can upsell to brokerages and to realtors in that market.
Are you going to have Tampa Bay soon?
We already have Tampa Bay. We haven't signed the association,
okay,
but we have a deal with MFR MLS, which is the regional MLS. And so we launched our first realtor in Tampa Bay about 2 weeks ago, and we're now able to sell to individual realtors and brokerages in Tampa Bay.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's a very exciting startup, and you've got a lot of investor interest in this product as well, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You look at technology companies in the real estate space like Zillow and Trulia, and a lot of those companies raise 20, 30, 50, $100 million. It's traditionally been very hard to raise that kind of capital in Florida, but we've had tremendous success locally. We've had extraordinary support from the local community in helping us get connected with investors, and we've closed about $2 million to date, and we're in the midst of another capital raise right now.
Okay. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking a little bit more with David Etheredge coming back from the break, but you can catch what we're talking about over at the website SavvyCard.com, especially if you're a real estate professional. This is going to, in my opinion, revolutionize the way realtors do business. So check out the product over at SavvyCard.com. And if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show here on 1250 Wins WHNZ. We'll be back in a moment.
You're listening to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show with local expert Jamie Meloni. Now, here's Jamie.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show here on 1250 Wins WHNZ. We're currently talking with David Etheredge, CEO and founder of SavvyCard, and I want to talk a little bit more about how do people find this product online? How does the Google search engines basically look at a SavvyCard versus a website?
Yeah, so since SavvyCard's a web applications, they get indexed in search just like websites do, and if you go and search on David Etheredge, for example, my name, my SavvyCard comes up #1 on organic search, which is kind of interesting because it comes up in front of LinkedIn and Facebook and all of these other social media platforms where, let's say I was a realtor. If you go to those platforms or Zillow or Realtor.com, there are other realtors advertising on those platforms, and they might show up on your profile page. Mm-hmm. So if somebody's searching for your name, they might actually find a different realtor and do business with them. But if they go to your SavvyCard instead, the only brand that's on your SavvyCard is yours or your brokerage's, right? So for realtors whose SavvyCard is coming up on the first page of Google, it's a great way for them to build a better brand relationship with their customers and to remove some of the possibility that they're going to get cannibalized by some other realtor who's advertising on platforms like Zillow and Realtor.com.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point that you raise. You know, the platforms Zillow, Trulia, Homes.com, those are really advertising sites for other realtors. I mean, so you're looking at, and you're also looking at outdated information, and that's a point we're talking about a little bit more. I want to drive it home, right here, is that SavvyCard is linked to the local MLSs, so you're getting up-to-date information. When you get information off of Zillow or Trulia, that's outdated information. They're getting their information from, like you said, public records and from brokerages through services such as ListHub that are feeding information over to those sites, and not all the brokerages keep that site up to date. And it happens to me at least, 3 or 4 times a week where I'll get a call on one of my properties that's sold or that's been under contract for a long time. And so the best source of accurate and up-to-date information is Realtor.com, which is the other, major competitor against Zillow and Trulia, but SavvyCard has a relationship with the local MLSs, so you're getting up-to-date information, on the spot, correct?
Yeah, and that's our focus. We recognize that there are a lot of technology companies out there that are trying to remove the realtor from the sales process, right? And so we've read a lot of reports where home buyers say, like 80% of home buyers and home sellers say they want to work with a realtor. They want somebody that's got the expertise and the experience, knows the local market, and is able to guide them through that process. I mean, it's the biggest purchase that most people are ever going to make in their life, and they want a professional that's helping them with that. So our whole strategy as a company is not to put our brand first, but to put the realtors and the brokers and the association's brand first, and to make sure that all the data that we distribute through our real estate product is really designed to enable realtors and help them grow their business.
Now, we've been talking a lot about, this application with use to real estate professionals, but this product can be customized to a large variety of people in the business community, correct?
Yeah, and in fact, one of the reasons associations are excited about the product is that they're able to use SavvyCard for their affiliate members. For example, Pinellas Realty Organization, David Bennett over there has done a tremendous job of creating one of the most powerful and robust affiliate programs in the United States. He has something like 700 affiliates, and most associations only have maybe 100 of them. And so as a part of the rollout with Pinellas Realty Organization, every affiliate in their organization, all the plumbers, roofers, mortgage companies, flooring guys, they all get SavvyCards, and those SavvyCards are linked to the realtor's cards and the realtor's property cards, so that when a realtor sends their card to someone, it's easy for that buyer to find those service providers.
Now, what other industries have you rolled this out in? Are you seeing some activity in others, or is it mostly just real estate right now?
Well, we've formally rolled it out for real estate first, but you can go to SavvyCard.com and get a free card that's not going to have specific functionality for your industry. And we're able to look at the people that have signed up there and what their businesses are, and kind of predict where there's going to be the most interest. Financial services. We get a lot of folks that are lawyers that are using the card, and then service providers. We've got plumbers and roofers, particularly small businesses where they don't have a lot of money to build a website. They can go and sign up for SavvyCard and use the SavvyCard as a replacement for not just a mobile website but a traditional website. And we have a lot of like sole proprietors in the home services space that are using SavvyCard specifically for that.
And what type of back-end control does a user get with the SavvyCard? Is with the ability to customize it without having to go to the programmers? Yeah,
so in real estate, you're able to go and just update your MLS listing, and SavvyCard pulls the data. So if you change your phone number or other information about your business in the MLS, then we'll automatically update the SavvyCard for a realtor with that information. For non-realtors, we have a tool that is called Card Builder that allows you to go and update your information. And one of the things that's really interesting about our system, if you change your phone number, for example, through Card Builder, every person that you've shared your SavvyCard to, no matter who they are, the next time they open your SavvyCard, they're going to get the new phone number. So it's in the cloud, right? This information is it's changed in real time on the card, so that whenever you change anything about your SavvyCard, all of your customers get that updated information immediately.
And where is that pulling? You said that with realtors, it's pulling their information from the local MLS registry for the name and address or phone number and everything. You're saying that's where it's getting its information, but you can go in and change it yourself in your own back end, and then it feeds everybody else too, correct?
Correct. There's some information that's only able to be changed through the MLS, but there's other information like one of the buttons on a SavvyCard is a button that links to your social media accounts. That's not a part of the MLS, so you can log in as a realtor to your SavvyCard and update your social media. And this brings up an interesting point. Another way that your card can be shared is through social media accounts. We just launched a feature called Share by Social. And what it allows a realtor to do is to quickly and easily share any of the property cards that they set up for their listings to Facebook or to Twitter or to Pinterest. And Pinterest is really interesting because, buying real estate is very graphical, right? You want to see pictures of the home. And so if you share your property listings, the SavvyCards to Pinterest, it'll show a picture of the home. When someone clicks on it, it'll open up the SavvyCard so that they can call you, they can see more photos, or they can interact with the home. And so it's a really, really powerful tool for realtors and brokers to use, social media to promote the homes that they list.
That's very interesting. Well, what's to say that, Zillow or Trulia doesn't develop an app like this, or are they coming to you for this product? I mean, I can definitely see, your product being picked up by like a major, company such as that. What can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so obviously when you start a startup like SavvyCard, one of your hopes is that you might get acquired by a strategic partner, and Zillow would be really interesting, or News Corp. News Corp just purchased Realtor.com, and so those are two of the companies that might have an interest in taking a look at SavvyCard. The competitive advantage is that when we launch with an association, that association is not going to buy a competing product as long as they're happy with the product that they've got. And so every time we knock down a new association or a new brokerage, there's some entrenchment there that makes it harder for someone else to come along and replace us. And it's at a certain point you get big enough that really the only way that a competitor can deal with you is by acquiring an interest in your company. So that's kind of what we're looking to do. Very
nice. So you've got about another minute or so left. How do people get set up with SavvyCard?
Well, if you're a realtor, I'd like to invite you to contact Ruth O'Leary, who's our sales director, and you'll love talking to Ruth. She's got a lovely Irish accent. You can reach her at 813-361-4536, or you can get her SavvyCard by texting Ruth to 72889. And then we'd also like to invite anyone who's interested in SavvyCard to come by our office. We host a lunch and learn every 2 weeks, every other Tuesday at our office in St. Pete, and it's at noon. And if you're interested in joining us for one of our lunch and learns, just send me an email at david@savvycard.com. That's SavvyCard.com.
Yeah, easy enough to remember, david@savvycard.com. And one more time, what was that text promotion again?
Yeah, it's interesting. You can text Ruth, R-U-T-H, to 72889, and her SavvyCard will come right to your message client on your smartphone.
Well, thank you very much, David, for this information and a very impressive product. And trust me, I see a lot of stuff, as do most of us out there in the marketplace, with regard to websites and computer applications. And this is a product I think it's really going to go somewhere. So if you're listening out there, check out SavvyCard.com.
Thank you, Jamie. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you very much. If you're just tuning in, you've been listening to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show here on 1250 Wins WHNZ. And again, you'll find my show on every Mondays at noon, so I invite you to please tune in, as my show aims to become your information source for the Tampa Bay real estate market. You can find me off air at my website, tampabayradio.com. Again, tampabayradio.com. And I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see you all back here next Monday at noon on the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show.